Hi everyone! Today we are crocheting this easy granny square with perfect symmetry. Let's start with the magic ring. To make a magic ring, place the yarn with the tail at the bottom. Wrap it around your two fingers to form an X. Hold it with your pinky. Insert the hook under the first strand. Grab the yarn, pull through. Grab the yarn and pull through the loop. Turn. And you have your first stitch. Next we need to make another chain stitch. Yarn over and pull through. Next we are going to make 2 double crochets into this space. To make a double crochet we need to yarn over, insert the hook inside the ring, yarn over, pull through. Now we have 3 stitches on our hook. Yarn over again, pull through 2 loops. Now we have 2 stitches on our hook. Yarn over again and pull through 2. This is our first double crochet. Next, we yarn over again, insert our hook into the space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. This is our first section of 3 double crochets. Technically there are only 2 double crochets, but we have these 2 chain stitches in the beginning that are imitate the double crochet column, so we count it as 3 double crochets. Next we need to make chain 2, yarn over again and make another section of 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. This is our first corner of the square. Next we need to make chain 2 again, yarn over and make another section of 3 double crochets. This is our second corner of the square. Chain 2 again. Yarn over and make a section of 3 double crochets. You can pull the loose end to make the circle smaller. And now we can clearly see 3 corners. The first, the second, the third. And we have 4 sections of 3 double crochets. So we need to close the round now. If you want to make another shape, for example, you want to have 5 corners, 6 corners, you just add additional sections and you will have different shapes depending on the number of sections you have. So to close the round, we need to chain 2 as we did on other corners. Find the first stitch of the round, this one, at the top of the column. Insert the hook, yarn over. You have 2 loops now and we pull the second loop through the loop on our hook. And this is our first round. we can tighten the circle like this. To start the next round, we need to chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over, and insert our hook into this last corner we made. 1 double crochet, 2. Next, we are not going to make any chain stitches. So we insert our hook into the corner, make a section of 3 double crochets, and here we're going to chain 2. So we will always make chain 2 between the 2 sections in the corner. So we need to make another section of 3 double crochets into that same space. 1, 2, 3. Next, we are not going to make any chain stitches. Insert our hook into the corner and make a section of 3 double crochets. As this is corner, we need to chain 2 and make another section of 3 double crochets into that same space. Next, insert the hook into the next space without any chain stitches. Make a section of 3 double crochets, and as this is a corner, we'll make chain 2 and make another section into that same space. I think we can call this an increase because we are making 2 sections into the same space, and we need to make chain 2 only between the sections of increase. Continue without chain stitches. And we reached to the end of the round. Now we need to make chain 2, as this is the first section of the corner and the second. We need to make chain 2 between them. 1, 2. Find the first stitch of the round, insert the hook and make a slip stitch. And this is our second round. To start the next round, we do the same as we did before. Chain 2, yarn over, insert the hook into the previous corner and make 2 double crochets. Because again, we have this chain stitches that imitate the double crochet, and we have 3 columns in total. And here you can see clearly why we are not going to make chain stitches between the corners, because we have this side space, and if we make 2 chain stitches here, we will just have additional corner and this will not be the square anymore. So we just make the section of 3 double crochets without any chain stitches into this side space. And you will have more and more side spaces in each round as your granny square become bigger and bigger. So this is our corner, and we make first section of 3 double crochets, chain 2, and the second section into that same space. Next, we crochet into the side space without any chain stitches. Just one section into this side space. Moving to the next. One section. And this is the corner, so we need to make chain 2. And the second section into that same space. Next space, one section without any chain stitches. Next space is corner, so we make 2 sections here with 2 chain stitches in between. 1, 2, and the second section. Side space, just one section. And this the last corner. We're making one section, and we already have the second section, so we need to chain 2 between them. Find the first stitch of the round and make a slip stitch, like this. And this is your granny square. You can continue like this as many rounds as you need. And in every new round you will have more and more the side spaces. As you can see, we have 2 side spaces here and just one in the previous round. In the next round you will have 3 side spaces and more in every next round. So when you're happy with the size of your granny square, let's imagine I want this size. To fasten off, we need to make chain 2, as we always make. And pull the last loop. Leave a short tail and cut the yarn. Next, find the first stitch of the round, as we usually do. Grab the yarn, pull through. This is the first loop of our last stitch. Turn the work. Find these 2 half loops. This one and this one. Right here, the first and the second. Insert your hook from bottom to top through both of these loops. Grab your tail and pull through. And we have this last stitch. and no one can tell where the beginning or the end. You just have the perfect granny square. Next, we need to weave in the tail, make sure it's secure and will not unravel in the future. So we just need to pull it through the existing loops on the wrong side. And it's perfect if you can make something like a knot to make it more secure. And you need to weave in 2 tails. This in the beginning of the granny square and this in the end. So I weaved in the tails, and I definitely cannot tell where the start or the end of the square is. I have another example here. I used a little bit different method here, and it's not so visible, but I definitely can tell that this is the end of the granny square. So I think this method is just perfect.